Splitting with Banana podcast episode 2. I would like to take this moment out just to say I am sorry about the audio in the first one. I am new to all this Streamlabs. I'm using it to record it all, and I'm just getting used to it. This one should be a lot better now. I've had some friends telling me how to fucking actually work it, so it should work perfectly fine. Right, so this is episode 2 now. We're moving. Also now, my other guest for this episode is none other than James. Say hello, James.
Hi.
Here we are. Hi, I'm Elizabeth. Right, so like I started with the last episode, I'm just going to get you to say a wee bit about yourself and also what you do for streaming wise and other things as your hobbies. So, over to you.
Hi, I'm James. I am a content creator and I have a dog.
That's short and sweet.
Do you want me, like, I don't know, do you want me to actually...
So you say you're a content thingy, like I know that, but some people that are watching this, or if they do watching that, might not know. James actually live streams on the platforms of YouTube, Twitch,
and
he also does a couple of videos here and there on TikTok. So.
And Trovo.
And Trovo, which I've never heard of that, but yeah, he streams on that as well. Don't worry about that though. If you do want to check up on his stuff and that, I'll get him to send me his links and I'll put them in the description below. Also, I need to do that with Josh as well, so remember to do that.
Okay.
Right, so what's your plans for YouTube? How far are you going to take it and how far do you want to go?
I started doing proper YouTube in 2014 under a different name, but I rebranded myself in 2017. And yeah. To Shadows Blood Gamer, so you can check me out on all of that lovely stuff in the description below.
Yeah, perfectly. Perfect. Right, so just say if I'm the Time Lord, the Master of Time, I put you, just say maybe to 5 to 10 years futuristically into the future, where do you see yourself and where would you want how far do you want your YouTube and stream career to go?
I've always went into YouTube as a hobby, but in the recent times I've been actually thinking of trying to make it as a career, and that is not the right mindset to be in. Just do it as a hobby and see where it takes you. So within the next 10 years I want to get up to at least 100,000 to 200,000 subscribers on any of my channels.
That's doable, man. That's doable. So let's put the hard work in. Yeah, definitely. Right, so similar questions, but we'll ask you. Okay. Right, we'll do what Josh did last week. We'll talk about games, like just a wee bit different. We'll do some different questions as well, just so it's not all the same. But there's one question. The two questions I would like to ask you is: you're starting a brand new game, multiplayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other people that you've known. Like, because people don't know, like I said about Josh, I met him on FIFA 2017. I've actually met James when I was a young lad at a family member, or one of his family members' houses, and then I met him through school. So we've been pals for absolute years, and him agreeing to come on the podcast is brilliant. But like I was saying, back to the question in hand, what I would like to ask is also, like I said to Josh, I want to know if you're starting a multiplayer game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other people that you've had over the years of maybe like could be PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Xbox, like you get the point, right? Who would be the first person that crosses your mind to help you in that multiplayer battle?
How many people were on about? 2, 4, 6?
Well, it's usually about 1, but I could go up to 2. So who's like the actual 2 that's in your mind?
You and Beckett.
And Beckett? Oh, Beckett's getting shouted. Mm-hmm. Right, so who's the worst person that you've ever played? Who wouldn't you ask for help, or who wouldn't you think that would be a good partner for you?
Craig.
That's mean.
I know, but come on.
No, that is mean. You know that's fucking mean. Holy, I thought this was going to be a nice calm thing, but you know what? Out the window it goes, Craig. Not even a second glance, just Craig. How rude. How bloody rude.
Okay.
Who's your second?
Second.
Well, you picked two for your thingy with me and Becky for your best, so who's the worst and who you don't want to be partnered up with again?
Josh.
Of course it'd be Josh, because you said that in the podcast last time. Just for the...
Only because me and Josh don't get on. Simple fact.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, for those that don't know, James and Josh do have quite a heated rivalry. Rivalry?
I can't even fucking say either, but yeah.
Don't even take the fucking piss then. Right, they have a, whatever that word is, on PlayStation. They're like rivals. They just go back and forward. They can't even sit in a party for more than 5 minutes, like, without even trying to wind each other up. And when one person speaks, that is it. And don't even dare say lies, because I've got up to people that can come on here and say.
No, tonight I've been sitting in a party for about 4 hours, and we never locked horns for about 45 minutes. What a record.
For the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so, next question.
Okay.
Right, so, when I asked you to come on this podcast, what was your true thoughts?
Oh, God. Why me?
Did you have any nerves about coming on? Do you wonder what I'm going to ask you? Because remember, like we did with Josh, Ask or Pass will be later on in the video.
Yes.
Like the podcast.
Yes, I did.
So are you nervous?
Yes.
Are you nervous about this question? Are you wanting to...
Of course I'm nervous after me hearing Josh's fucking comments last night.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't even know if you're allowed to swear in this podcast, but
Well, I've already said fuck like 4 times, so yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay. Go.
As long as I know, like, any...
I know.
Bad words or racist slurs or that, then we should be good. But swearing, yeah, because there's plenty of podcasts that swear, so yeah. Right, so actually, we could get you to talk about... As also people don't know, right, we both settle for Rangers, right? We're Rangers fans, massively, right?
As you can
but
see,
James is actually
as you can see, I have, well, you'll not be able to see it on Dean's side, but my side, I'm wearing a Rangers top.
Mm-hmm. I don't even see your camera. Oh, you got your camera on your recording.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I might get you to send me that so we can get a clip. Rangers talk. Hey! Funny I mentioned that. Anyway. Right. So he likes Rangers, and obviously he's a bigger fan than me, because like, I like Rangers are just Scottish, because my family brought up with Rangers side, but I like Man City, he likes Manchester United. Well, whoever the hell Manchester United is. So yeah.
The city's always been red and blue. Just remember that.
The city is blue since 2012.
Man United are going through some difficult times right now. We will be back. Don't you worry.
This isn't a telephone message. Please leave a message after the beat and we'll be back as soon as possible. They're not coming back to me. This isn't a phone call situation.
Fuck you.
Right, so is there anything else you would like to ask? Or anything you would like to ask me?
Why are you a Manchester City fan?
Why? Oh, I've actually not. See, I would never think I would got that question. I am a Manchester City fan because of my best mate, who used to stay up the road from me, and his dad was English. His dad's dad was English, right? His dad's side were all English. His mum's side was Scottish. His granddad was a Man City fan. And when I was about 6-year-old, I remember it as clear as day, but 6-7-year-old, I went to a shop with him, and for my birthday, he took me out to a sports shop, and the first top that I liked, he goes, "You like any team or that?" Yeah. And I was like, "I'm not really bored with it back then." But I remember him saying, like, whatever top you pick, it'll be up to you. I did have a special connection with that guy, because it was like a second family to mine. He supported Man City.
Okay.
So I did the same, because I like the colours. I like the light blue colours and that. And then ever since then, with him, having a special connection with him, I probably just led off to that. So I probably led off the actual being a City fan off of him. And then obviously I listened to certain songs and that, and I liked it, and also the history as well, being from League Two, then getting themselves back up to the Prem and that, like they've been relegated, went down and all that with financial troubles and that. And now, I think it was 2002 or something like that, I'm not sure they've got a new stadium called the Emirates and all that shit, I look up histories and that.
Emirates is Arsenal.
Etihad. I always
Okay.
get these two mixed up, I don't know why the fuck I do that. And anywho, the first day I ever cried over a game of football would be the Aguero moment when they won it. They won their first fucking title.
Aguero, you that one? I hated that. I hated him.
But yeah, yeah, of course he would hate it, ladies and gentlemen, because when Man United were singing, cheering up, lifting off their tops, and dancing about the stadiums, Aguero scored the most memorable goal in Premier League history, and they didn't even know it until when they looked on the radio, and boom, they were celebrating that, and I got a pint full of Manchester tears to enjoy.
Here we go.
So yes, we will go there again. Right, so swiftly moving on.
Yeah, please. It's not even my podcast, and I just don't want you to move on.
He doesn't like it though, does he, guys? He doesn't like it at all.
No, I don't.
Right, anyway, back up, swiftly moving on. You've got some videos coming out with a game that you play.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that on the podcast?
Yes.
Right. So he's going to talk about the new games that he's going to play, guys. So I'm going to hand it over to James, and he'll talk about the new games. And you can see all these game captures and the videos on his YouTube channel.
New game.
Okay. Oh, the new game. Then.
It's called,
right. Over to James.
It's called Elden Ring. Probably one of the toughest games I've ever played. And I played. Dean normally says it's easy games I play. It's not his cup of tea games, but this is one of the hardest games I've ever played, and that's even telling you something. It's like a Dark Soul type game.
Yeah, like Dark Soul medieval kind of game, isn't it?
Yeah. But you fight bosses, go to castles, go to different areas of the map. The map is huge. One of the biggest maps I've ever played through. What level am I? I think I'm level 51, and I haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Jesus, what? 51? Oh, that's nice. Would you calm down?
Well, you start off. You can do your own build, whatever build you want. I started off with a sorcery type character, then it got a wee bit tough for me, so then I went samurai. Then I went back to magic, so it's a bit of samurai and a bit magic at the same time, and I'm enjoying the game even more now.
So for everybody that doesn't know about the game of that, what other classes can you go? Like you said samurai, and I'm guessing it'd be a sorcerer.
Sorcerer's magic. Oh my god, I can't actually remember all the names off by heart, but you've got 5 different classes. You've got your basic that you start off at level 1. That's with no armor, no nothing. Basically, you get one tapped and you die instantly with that. You get your sorcery, you get your samurai, you get your medieval knight guy, and you get a couple of other classes. I'm not too sure.
Well, if you all want to find out a bit more about this game, you can always go to James's. I think it's your second channel you upload to.
Yeah.
It's SBG More, or is it Shadowblood Gamer More?
It's more of SBG because I've got 2 channels. One of them's for shitty ass FIFA that no one likes. Fucking game mechanics. I'm calling you out, EA. See? I've done the exact same thing as you did last night, Dean.
I knew you got that off me there. I was like, I'm sure he got that off me, you know. Yeah, EA, we're calling you out, by the way. Fix your game.
Yeah, fix your
Even though
game.
we will buy it. We will buy it every fucking year, but please fix your shit.
When you do an update, don't fucking break something else.
Exactly. Like you're watching way too much Star Wars podcast. Right, so this is another trying to think what questions I can ask you. See, I get to the point where I'm that focused on the pass or ask questions that I don't actually think what I do beforehand. So I'm a bit struggling with the questions and that, but you spend most of your time playing games and that, but also you develop a love connection with a certain animal, haven't you?
Yes.
And that dog is a German Shepherd called Gypsy.
Yes.
Just for a disclaimer there, guys, we're not slagging any Gypsy or that. It's literally his dog is called Gypsy, okay? We're not slagging any Gypsies or that, so we don't want any bother. We're just, that's the dog's name. The German Shepherd. He's got it since, what, 9 weeks old?
10.
10 weeks old, and now it's 2, coming up 3?
3 in August. Where's the fucking time went?
I know. I've met the dog as a pup, and now it's a big fucker with a waggly tail that would probably break your leg.
If you get on the wrong side of it.
And also, she jumps like 3 feet in the air and cracked me in the nose. So, yay!
And,
that's the thing with German Shepherds, so they go massive, don't they?
Yeah.
They are massive dogs, like, holy shit.
Do you want me to tell you where the name originally came from? I know Dean knows, but...
That's fine.
My granddad had a King German Shepherd, a bigger German Shepherd than Gypsy. And the dog's name there was Gypsy, so she was not always called Gypsy. She's been through some rough times that I would rather not talk about. You'll find all of that on my channel. I'll go into great detail on that on my channel.
Yes, indeed. But your TikTok's starting to kick off a little bit now. You had like 400 or something last time I checked, but now you're up to 600.
I am almost 700 followers.
But if you want to check his TikTok and all that, guys, like I said, it'll be in the description below before his social media, so you can go and check him out. Right, we're getting closer to the time of passing Smash. Passing Smash? Oh my god, no. That is not what we're doing!
Okay. Fuck you.
Answer or pass is what I call it, not smash and pass. But although, if that's an idea that you guys want to see, is that by one time we'll either get a camera up or we'll get pictures flung in there and we'll put like a girl or a boy or whatever in. And you want James. Oh yeah, because James is, like if you want to add that comment, if what you are, then that's fine. But a boy or a girl for any reasons you want is
or a transgender, yeah.
All the above. If you want James to say smash or pass to anything, we'll get pictures added, we'll get pictures in, and then you can send your pictures in of a person that you may know or just a celebrity, and then we can get James back on the podcast and we can get him to go smash or pass. We can totally do that, right? That's an idea in the future.
Oh, Jesus, right? Fuck. Okay.
Right, so we're getting to that point in the video, guys, where we're going to be doing our answer and pass. James, are you ready?
Maybe. Can I pass on all the questions, please? I'm joking. I don't.
Well, you want to pass off the load of fucking forfeits.
Alexa's going off in the background, so please ignore him.
Right, so just you say when you're ready, and we'll get the first question on the go.
I am not ready, but I'm ready.
Right, so first question of the night.
Okay.
Right. This third person has asked. He recently found out from a separate source that you have slept with a male. Would you like to tell who it was?
Yes. I've got no shame for that. He might, but I don't.
I was going to fucking say. Right, who was the name that you slept with?
A guy called Mark Cameron.
Right. Actually, we should go just put that in there. Maybe we should do that.
I don't give a shit about his name.
That question did come from. Well, it didn't actually come from the person I thought it won for him.
What?
That was Craig's question to you.
What? I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be Ryan.
No, that was my question for Craig because he was struggling on picking answers and that.
Jesus.
Also, his forfeit was for you to wear a Celtic top for a week.
You can piss off for that idea. I'm so glad I answered that question.
Right, so that's the first. That's the first question.
Okay, now another 9. Okay, we're here. We fucking go. Right, bring it.
Right, so are you ready?
No, but yes.
Right, this question comes from another person that I can't really say until the end anyway. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have sex with a sheep and no one knows about it, or everyone thinks you had sex with a sheep but you didn't?
What kind of question is that?
It's what way would you like to have it?
What way would you
So
like to have it?
So basically, the person asked, would you rather have sex with a sheep and let no one know about it,
Okay.
or everyone thinks that you did have sex with a sheep, but you didn't?
The second one.
So you'd rather have sex with a sheep and no one knows?
No.
No, everyone knows. Oh, no, I care what it is now. It's that they want people to think they had sex with a sheep, but you actually didn't.
Yeah, that one.
Right. That one came from Joshua Crawford.
What? I did not expect that for him. Fucking hell. Did not expect that for him, right?
Right, second question.
Fuck. At least I'm keeping count.
But all right. Third then.
The second from him, right?
Third question. Eh?
Second from him, but third question, right?
Boy, he's only got one question.
Right, on you go.
Right. Wait, I actually have to read this.
So while he's...
Would you rather be a furry and be used like a breed dog, or be a tot that consistently cleans for old people and clean them from top to bottom?
What?
Would you rather be a furry that breed dogs, or would you rather be a tot that cleans old people from top to bottom?
Would I rather be something that helps breed dogs or something that helps clean old people? Probably the old people.
Right, fair enough. That also came from Joshua. So
Right.
the two forfeits that you've done, this is the last question from him, the two forfeits that you have missed out on, which I fucking hate because they've been brilliant. One was do a 5-hour stream, either Twitch or TikTok, with makeup and fake suntan. The second forfeit would be do an emo thrust trap on TikTok.
An emo thrust trap.
Yes.
An emo.
Yes.
EMO.
Yes.
I'll still do it. I'll still
Right,
do the
you heard it
forfeit.
here, Josh.
I'll still do the forfeit because that sounds like it's fucking street, to be quite honest with you.
Right, well, Josh, you heard it first, he'll do your second one, but it won't do the makeup with the fake suntan.
No, I won't. I might do the makeup, but I'm not doing the fake suntan.
Right, fake up in the tape, but then if you do any of them, you have to send me a copy so I can put it on a video and put it on YouTube.
You'll be able to take it off my TikTok. But I need Josh to send me a link to the video so I can actually see it.
Right, Josh, when you read this up, get that sent to him. But when you do a video of it, basically it's just there recording or something, but you're holding your phone up or something. When you're doing a makeup stream for 5 hours, you've got to do a stream with makeup on your face and that. You need to send me a clip of that so then I can upload it and say this is James's forfeit, because I'm going to put 2 videos together of you doing the first trap and the makeup as well, and I'll just say this is James's forfeit all in one video. Right, now we're going over to the other questions.
Okay. You said I've got one more question up for him, right? Let's go.
No, he's done his 2 questions off him.
Okay.
Right, this question comes from another person. Why do you, right, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you reveal intimate secrets about yourself to people you aren't especially close to?
Good question.
Would you like to answer that?
I'm just an open book, to be quite honest with you. That's my answer.
Right, the next question.
What was the fourth
Oh
bit
shit!
of that?
Fuck, the forfeit. I got the forfeit.
No,
You missed out.
I answered. So what's the fourth bit? And I'll decide if I'm doing the fourth bit or not.
You need to lick someone's toes for 1 minute.
Well, fuck off. Thank God I answered it then.
Right, if you had a choice of console to only play on for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Why give me an impossible question to answer?
You've got to say one console that you're going to play the rest of your life. And that means if PlayStation 6 come out, you can't buy it. You have to stick with PlayStation 5 if you pick that. You can't upgrade your console. Once you pick one, you can't upgrade it anymore, so you'll have to miss out on the rest of the console upgrades. So if you don't answer it, then you do the forfeit. So what's your choices?
So basically, if I don't answer it, then I can buy a PS6.
Yes,
but even when I do answer it, I'm still going to buy a PS6. Because these questions are, like, yeah. It's no like truth or dare, for Christ's sake.
Alright. Are you going to answer it or not? Or would you rather just do the forfeit?
Probably PlayStation 5.
Right, also the forfeit you have missed out there is you have to use a ship team in FIFA and play with it for a month.
That's so unfair. Josh done it for a week. I need to do it for a month.
Well, this person has decided you have to do it for a month.
Fuck that.
Well, you've answered the question anyway, so you don't have to do it. Those 2 questions came from David.
Okay.
Right. Some other questions come along here as well.
Okay.
Right.
And now since you said David about... Sorry, interrupt. Now you said about David, I should have thought about that straight away when... Yeah, I know what... Yep, the first one, yep. Yep.
Right, you seem to be an expert on giving advice about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Yet you can't keep a relationship for yourself. Right, you got that one right, I'll give you that. So, yeah, it's not really an asked question, so I can't really say the thing yet. So, would you, yes or no, like to do a forfeit? Because it's not really a question.
I can't keep a girlfriend. Let's just get this out. Let's just get this out in the air. I can't keep a girlfriend. Shots are definitely going to be fired in a second. How many relationships has your brother had? How many relationships has your brother had?
Oh, I don't think I've got enough time in the podcast to guess that.
0.
Shut up, that's a lie. I should make you do the fucking forfeit for lying to me.
No, I said how many relationships has your brother had?
Oh, he's had a few. Shows how much you actually pay attention. He's had a few. Right. Another question has come in from another user.
So what was the forfeit for that? Because I didn't really answer it fucking right. But yeah. What's the forfeit?
Well, if they didn't answer it right, then you all have to do the forfeit. So you need to make sure that you want to answer that question. Because I'm actually doing this wrong when I think about it. I can't tell you, I shouldn't be telling you the forfeit. But then, no, actually, you've done it right because you've answered it. So you need to answer that truthfully. Like, so basically, what I think what he's meaning by that is why can't you keep a relationship for a day or something like that, or even whatever? Why you think you're an expert at giving advice, but you can't even keep a relationship for yourself for even a day? But that's what he's trying to mean.
Because
so you need to. If you say what, right, go on.
Because it's easier to give advice than actually being in a relationship, and you've got to actually follow your advice. Because it's not just me who gives really good advice to their relationship, to other people's relationships, and they fail in their relationship. Even if it's not their fault, they still fail.
Right, the forfeit you have avoided is eat a ghost chili pepper.
Yeah, you're gonna put forfeit up and I'm not doing that. No.
Well, you don't have to do it because you've actually done the question.
Okay.
But remember, like I said, if you don't do the question, you will have to do the forfeit.
Okay.
Just saying. How many times have people been swiping left on you on a dating site?
How am I meant to know that?
Or it could be in the regions of over 50, over 100, over 300, over 400, what?
How am I meant to know that?
Just a rough guess.
My bad is off the chain, so that tells you how much.
What? You're popular on Badoo?
Yes.
For all the wrong reasons. Anywho.
Fuck you.
So how many would you roughly just say?
Like 20.
Go with 20,000, right? Anywho.
Who said 20,000? I said 20.
The forfeit was to shave your eyebrows, so you avoided that as well.
I'm not looking like an alien on live stream, fuck that.
Another question, and actually I'm going to keep some of these hidden so you don't know who said it, because then you can try and work it for yourself who said it. The other forfeit is, how much money have you actually spent on FIFA points in FIFA 19?
Forfeit? Do you know what I mean?
That's not forfeit, that's a question.
I'm sure you said forfeit, but okay.
If I did, I meant to say question, right?
Oh, cool.
Be honest, I know the actual answer to this.
I aim 5K. I'll tell you that for a fucking fact. I aim 5K.
Alright, well I know the truth, so you've got to answer this correctly.
It's close to it, yes, but it's not what anybody else thinks.
Well, you've told me how many times you bought a said amount, and it does come over to about 5,000. So if you don't say 5,000, then it's going to be wrong, isn't it?
But it's not 5,000.
Right, well you say what you think it is, but I know the true amount.
It's 4.5.
Well, I've done it with a calculator there, and you actually spent £5,100 on FIFA 19. That's how much you spent.
Are you sure it was 19 and not 18?
I'm sure it was 19 because 19 was the one. But we can check on that and we'll put a video in if we get it wrong. I'm sure it was 19, but it could have been 18. But either way.
Was that the one that I had shade off and everything?
Yeah, that was FIFA 19.
Yeah, that was 19.
Right, so that's what we're asking. Right. I've done the calculation when you were talking, and it is. So, forfeit time.
Oh, God, even when it's 4,500, but yeah, we'll wait. We'll go with you.
Does it really matter? Because you've already done this anyway. You've got to dye your hair green for a week. Or next time you dye your hair, it's got to be full green. So it's not even that bad.
No.
Well, it's either... Right, well, we'll skip that question anyway, because you got the question on and you're not doing the forfeit. So we'll just skip that one then, I'm guessing, because...
So what's the next forfeit then?
Well, the other question I've got here the now, I'll mention that, but because you didn't answer the question, like they asked you a question and you got it wrong, so I'm guessing it. But if you want to say 4,000, then that's fine. We'll leave it. And I've told you the forfeit is to dye your hair green
for a week.
I don't even for a week, and you can get it changed again, or keep it till the next time when the hairdresser comes, and you can go and get it changed again. You've already done half green, half purple anyway, so green shouldn't bother you.
I'm a Rangers fan.
Right, you've only got to keep it for a short period of time, man. Don't worry. Just class it as you're supporting something. I'm supporting the life of the grapes or some shit like that or something. I'll just say they want to be the full version of the Incredible Hulk or something like that. Right, so that's one. Right, the next question coming in.
And away on the bus. How would you know how much I've actually spent on FIFA when I know how much I spent on FIFA? I have bank statements to prove how much I spent on FIFA.
Right, can I just ask you there? You can't even access that bank, so how can you go back into that bank?
It wasn't that bank.
Bollocks. I'm not going to say what bank or what on podcast. We can talk about that off air. But I can tell you now, you said this said bank that you did put the money in and you just get it was on the bank that you couldn't get the other situation sorted, which we'll talk about off. Thingy.
Oh, yeah.
You told me how many times you bought this certain amount of FIFA points, and I've counted it up, and it's
12,000 is £70 a time.
Yeah, but the amount of times that you bought it, it's over 5,000 that you spent. Either way, we'll get on with the video. Right. I think we've got about 2 questions left.
Shit, you're right. Anyway.
Exactly. So green hair coming in.
God. Why green? I don't like green. Green doesn't suit me.
That's why do you think they picked it? Right, next question, because we want to get move on. If you get called in to cover for 1-star actor in a comedy anime show, would you do it and would you cover for Timmy in South Park or Joe Swanson in Family Guy? I thought that was quite funny, you know.
Oh, Timmy is just Timmy.
So who are you picking?
Why did they pick Timmy out of South Park? And I know there'd be like Kenny, who always dies every episode.
That'd be like you and Elder ring that up. Anyway. Right, so who are you picking?
Joe's a police officer. Timmy's a bloody arse. So I'll go for Joe.
Right, Joe, you ready for your next question?
Right, shut up. Right, what's
the forfeit? The forfeit you avoided is wax your legs.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be me waxing your legs. It wouldn't be you waxing the legs. It would be none other than Ryan Miller that would be waxing your legs.
Oh.
And the strength that he's got to pull that off, you'd want somebody more sentimental to do it if you were going to do it. But yeah, so you've avoided that one, which is probably the best choice to make, to be honest with you. Right, so I think this is the last question of the podcast. Oh my God, this will be the longest podcast I've got. Jesus Christ. Right, so the last question of the podcast.
Okay.
Right. We want to know, right? This person would like to ask your question. They also want to know as well. James, where does all your confidence... What?
No, you say my name.
Oh, shut up. Right. Where do all your confidence with romance interest come from when you can't hold a partner longer than a fart? Silence. Would you like me to read that back to you?
That was either Brian.
Nope, that wasn't Brian.
Oh, Brian.
Do you want me to read it back to you? Where do all your confidence with or romantic interest comes from when you can't hold a partner longer than a fart?
I have proof of a relationship holding for 3 years.
Yeah, sure does, to be fair. Right, so where do you...
that question is invalid. I'm sorry. You're the weakest link. Goodbye.
Well, they did actually ask the question, so would you like to answer it? Because they would want to know where your romantic interest comes from.
I don't know where my romantic interest comes from, to be quite fair with you.
We need an answer, or you've got to do the forfeit.
That is an answer.
I don't know. Come on, James, it's a podcast. We can make it entertaining. Come on, just say you like seen it off a TV show or something.
Oh, Jesus. I remember. It just came at me, didn't it?
He's going to say come down and make him not.
No, Harry Potter.
Oh, Harry Potter. The boy who lives has come to die.
Hermione Granger. That's where my love interest came from. Hermione Granger.
Right. Okay. Right, the forfeit that you have avoided with that question is needs to do a stream in drag. And that said question has come from Kira.
Right, so if I have to do that, who's giving me... Right, I need to get that shit.
Right. Great. Right, so guys, that is actually all the questions and all the forfeit is coming up to it. So the forfeit that is actually going to be done is the... Well, I can't remember. What was it? Was it the makeup? I think you said you didn't mind doing.
I wouldn't mind doing the makeup even when I need to get someone who's got makeup. Kira?
We can sort that up.
And
right. Also, it was the emo first trap thing, I think, that
yeah,
Josh gets.
Josh needs to give me a link to that.
Right. We don't know when the green hair's going to come, but we don't know when.
I don't care when. It'll probably be in... How long have I got to do these forfeits?
Well, I would say a month, maybe.
Because I don't dye my hair. I don't dye my hair green until November.
Oh shit! Well, we would like it done soon, as you can.
Because that's the only time I ever go green is November and December.
What is you would like to do that as soon as possible, but whenever you can, just try and get it done. Then we can keep up to date with it. Because the podcast will come out and maybe try and get it done whenever you could, right? So then we can just get the video done. And then we'll get James to set up a video of it turning green and all that shit, and we'll get it all sorted for you, and then it'll be popped up on YouTube, and then we'll put it under as James's forfeits. We'll put it on one video for you.
It won't be under James's forfeit, it'll be under Shadow's forfeit.
Well, Shadows then. Right, so we are at the end of the questions and answer or pass. So, James, what do you actually think about your answer and pass? Was it as bad as you thought it was going to be?
The forfeits are just, yeah.
They were a bit extreme with it, but they weren't that bad. They weren't that bad though. I thought everybody was fairly decent, and
to be fair, I thought the questions from Joshua was going to be 10 times bad than what they were.
He's not all bad, you know. Maybe it's because I had a word easier to tell me, like, a bit, but yeah. Right.
Joshua Crawford. Yes, I'm saying your full name since you said my fucking full name last night. Bitch.
Right, so guys, you're gonna see how they two act with each other at certain points, because they're gonna wind each other up like mad and everything. And the only reason I'm saying that is because the third or fourth podcast with a guest will be, and I'm going to talk to the both of them about it, is Joshua Crawford and James McRandall will be in the same podcast with me.
Lovely.
So that'll be in as well. Also, I've got an editor, as my brother Ryan, is going to start doing some videos, helping out with the video editing and all that too, so it's going to be more up to beat and everything as well. The audio should sound a lot better. We did a couple of testers on that. James is also recording just to make sure that everything doesn't go to waste.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that was a backup just in case this video will get sent to Ryan. Ryan will edit it, and then we'll get back. I'll double check it.
It ain't a backup. It ain't a backup. I'm putting this on my other channel. Just saying.
Why are you putting it up?
Because it's fun. I like making content.
We'll see. Right, anyway, that's the end of the podcast, guys. That's all we've got time for. If you would like to put in the comments below who you'd like to see on the podcast next, I will get Josh and James in the same podcast at some point, because I might be taking a break from podcast, and I've got a couple other videos coming up as well. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope this one is a lot better for you. Right. So it's a bye from me, and it's a bye from
Me.
me. Still game references if you know, you know. Right. Anyway, bye bye guys, and enjoy the episode.
Bye.